Hello, this is Richard Zucchini1. Presenting myself accordingly on the internet, on YouTube. Wanting to find a different video to watch. And this is part 2 of Shenmue. What I noticed. Okay. So, what did I notice? So, Shenmue, what I noticed. I'm looking at myself right now in the the video camera for the for the for the phone, the iPhone, the iPhone that I'm using. Yes, and I'm not as presentable as I would like to be, but I'm still doing this video anyway. Yes. So yeah.
Sections in the game, essentially they're called no running zones, where
so I'm watching about Shenmue Dojo, where they're talking about.
Completely removed, That's the plan, yeah. Yeah, it's.
It looks like they're talking about the layout.
Steps
The layout of
upcoming
Shenmue.
is currently ongoing, so we're looking into that. But the plan is to have those removed. Yeah, kind of making the judgment how much. Yeah, since they were implemented for performance reasons. Yeah. If we can fully eliminate them, there's sections in the game. Essentially, they're called no running zones, where it sort of forces Rio to walk. So that the rest of the next area has time to load. Will those be completely removed? That's the plan. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's still the all the optimization steps are upcoming. This is currently ongoing, so we're looking into that. But the plan is to have those removed. Yeah, kind of making the judgment how much. Yeah, since they were implemented for performance reasons. Yeah. If we can fully eliminate them, there's sections in the game. Essentially, they're called no running zones, where it sort of forces Rio to walk. So that the rest of the next area has time to load. Will those be completely removed? That's the.
I don't know why. I guess I'm not understanding. It says, okay, this is what I understand from it. This is Shenmue 3 Enhanced, and they're saying that they've removed parts of Shenmue 3 where Ryuzuki can run, and it's convenient for him to run if it enhances the performance of the game, where he's getting to where he's going faster, but they're wanting him to walk. They're forcing him to walk in Shenmue 3. Now, my real opinion of Shenmue 3 is it's not gonna it's not justifying what is already created for Shenmue 3, and then now they're trying to get into Shenmue 4 also. So Ryuzuki, the way he walks, that's the way I walk, especially when my foot heels up. It's like I walk like him naturally. I run like him naturally. And well, that's all I know about that. So just on a fact, on a statement of walking and running about Shenmue. Yes, so when you have a lot of, when you're young, you got vitamin D in you, you got calcium in your blood, you got these, you're working out, and I'm still young to do these things. I know I am, but, who knows? Maybe they should find a different Ryozuki to do these things if they're gonna make a movie. Maybe they should do that. Don't use me. Don't use, I mean, who am I to say sometimes, because it's also about the fans for Shenmue, and some people would say it's only about the fans for Shenmue or whatever, So, what I'm really saying here is that what I'm saying is that Shenmue is like, if we're talking about an enhanced version of Shenmue, well, they're enhancing the game in ways, they're finding ways to enhance it, and okay, so they're doing that, but you know, um, this is the problem with that I think Shenmue has. Um, it's just that they're not going to credit me or acknowledge what I'm saying. Like, people in the Shenmue dojo, they have their own uh, version they're promoting about Shenmue. Like that they're talking this. I guess what I believe really that this is like project project development enhancement, material that they're talking about is like that this is part of the project of Shenmue and 3 Enhanced, and this is how you know they're enhancing it. They're enhancing it by taking away the where Ryuzuki can run, and they're making him being forced to walk. So yes, so knowing that, um, I can draw the conclusion that they're enhancing what they had already made about Shenmue 3, the original game. And let's not talk about getting the Shenmue 4 yet, but let's stay focused on Shenmue 3. So, Shenmue 3, what I noticed about Shenmue 3 is that, you know, everything I'm going to say, now, okay, and everything I'm going to say, it's like I'm holding back not to say it because I already know that, you know, um, they need to really represent Ryuzuki's body the same way they've represented his body, mostly the same way, I'd say, because I think like I never took pictures of myself being this Ryuzuki guy. I really wish I had done that, and I wish I had listened to my teachers long ago. This like claims I have about this Shenmue, okay, and this is what I'm saying about this. It's like, I remember the body that this the depiction of this character is supposed to have, and the depiction of this character is supposed to run a certain way, is supposed to walk a certain way. Yes. Ryuzuki is supposed to have a lot more. Oh, he's supposed to have a lot of perfection in his body structure. He's supposed to have a lot of perfection in the way he walks. I'm noticing the way Ryuzuki walks in Shenmue 3 is not what is depicted in Shenmue 1 and 2. Is he doesn't walk the same. No. He doesn't run the same. No. And so I can explain, if I were to watch again on a video how he runs, how he walks, the way he does this body motion. Like, if I follow like the how to explain it, like, his chemistry, his physics, his body, whatever, his physical physique is not the same. Um, yes, so this Ryuzuki here does not look the same as the one in Shenmue 3, and that's a part of the problem here. I'm finding. Let me find this. Let's see. Okay. So I noticed how to really explain this. I noticed that if you look at Ryuzuki at different times in Shenmue 1 and 2, his hairline is different, a little different sometimes. Get it out of the light reflection. His hairline's different sometimes. Oh, you have to pay attention to things like that if you really study the Shenmue. Yes, so you know, so what I'm saying about that is, Ryuzuki, uh, he's okay. He's different, and I'm different in this video. I'm different than broadcasting. Anyone are broadcasters mostly. Okay. The reason I scratch my nose like I just did now, it doesn't look professional, right? It doesn't. It looks a little dirty. Well, I'm living, I'm living in, you know, stressful conditions sometimes, and um, I don't have, like how to explain this. This I won't even touch this. I left that degree out. The dust to collect. Oh, yeah, the martial arts certificate that was replacing the old one from this karate federation. Oh, that's what the teacher was trying to tell me. I don't even like saying that. I don't even like saying that he was trying to do that for me, but I don't think that was necessary for him to try to say that because, you know, my talent has already, been proven and my talent is already coming back as I was training again. Now, that's what these people and these teachers, whatever, I don't like to point the finger and say you're discriminating all you people around here, but not all you people that I don't even know. It's just, how do I explain it? I'm a human being too. I have human rights too. But what I'm claiming is that, see, this old degree I had, it's like it had a long message on there in Korean and other languages probably too. So I would like to get that replaced. But the teacher from that year will not do it, I guess. So, um, you know, it isn't right. And for them just to, you know, toss me aside like I'm nothing, well, that's really, really offensive. And this is separate from the Sega and all that. This is the Karate Federation that, I'm in, belong to and that. Um, so, that's the problem. Is that, you know, one of the things, now one of the things, I want to say this word. One of the features of the first martial arts degree was supposed to signify a double or a triple promotion. Now, okay, yes. So, okay. One of the features on the first degree that I had, the glorious one, was supposed to also feature uh it was supposed to feature a double promotion. And I remember learning that and talking with the Don teachers about this in the changing room. They were supposed to double promote me. I'm qualified for that. But what happened is the head instructor, Makyo-san him, the one that reminds me of Guizhang, regardless of a disclaimer, uh, they okay, so they don't want to give me a double promotion because and this is my guess, is that because this Don teacher that I was training with, and I don't want to say his name every time, but he was given a double promotion too on his first degree, but they don't want to give me that glory, so they give me one degree. Excuse me. they don't want to give me the glory of that double promotion, which is only an orange belt. But they, they maybe they gave me something better, but they, uh, so what it is, maybe they gave me something better, but they said it was. See, I don't know. I think they gave all those claims. It's a glorious degree, but it was only on one day that I could claim it. Now, that degree did not specify the feature of a double promotion, but from the knowledge I learned at the time was supposed to be a double promoted degree. Well, that's according to the forums. Let me clarify that. According to the forums and the Ilsusukdarians, which is the knowledge of the Korean, and the Hoshin Souls, they're supposed to give me a double promotion. But according to the basic, not just basic, no. According to the martial arts that I did in that class, and they did give me that, but it's a glorious degree in a lot of ways. That signified like a black belt in many different martial arts, the moves I did, and it signified maybe like some kind of gray or red belt. I'm thinking it signified a gray belt, like a special high-ranking belt. If there is a belt in my own system, that is the Hazuki style. The reason I'm saying that is because I can't tell what color the belt is in Shenmue. When you look at it when you look at his belt, his karate uniform gi, in Japanese they call it gi. It looks like a faded gray or something, and to me it's also maybe it's signifying like a jujitsu system, the system that I created. So the Dan teachers I train with, they made me glorious in that degree, but then that degree is not with me anymore. So let me play music or something. Okay, do something. All right. Okay. Yes. All right. So yes. Now the martial arts that's used in Shenmue. I'm looking at a picture of Iwao teaching Ryozuki this elbow assault. That's something I was taught, that elbow assault, and I was taught that there's this karate dojang school called Russ Hankey's Tangsudo Korean Karate School or something of that nature, and the Dan instructors were teaching me and a few other kids that I trained with. I'm not gonna say who they were. This elbow assault like that. Okay. They're teaching us that, and so they're teaching us that. Now, they were teaching that, and I know I said it 5 times, but um, like they taught us the front kick, jump front kick. They taught us the double jump front kick, and that's also used to make a Kiro from Sega. And these are not just false, made-up claims. No, they're not. I can remember doing these things. I was only 10, and that's just like a one lesson, deal thing. No, not one lesson. I did karate for a month, different times during the month. That's all. That's the only time I trained, when I was 10 and when I was 14, and then I trained again I trained in the same martial art. And I trained there um, when I was like 16 years old, 1997. Yes. So, things didn't always work out as I had planned. Training with the system and that. Now, okay, I really think that I needed a different lifestyle. When I was training this karate my whole life, I've always needed a different kind of lifestyle, and that's something that was not in agreement coherently. Like it was not adhering to what's the word? It was not in agreement with my lifestyle with the family that I'm living with. So, like if you're going to be raised to be like an active athlete, a fighter, something like that, you're going to have testosterone that's going to be needing something to settle down. And, there's, to have that going on in your life, you have to have satisfaction in some ways. That, I'm just saying that because that's true, not saying it to be dirty, like a stupid, statement like that or anything. But, like in Paper Tigers, the movie, they do say that two tigers cannot live in peace on the same mountain, or how did I say it? Two tigers cannot coexist on the same mountain. So, you know, that's like a saying in Paper Tigers that I remember them saying. So, when I'm doing these martial arts, and I'm doing them very professional, um, I'm doing this that made the game. That's what I'm really talking about here. Yeah, it's just, what made the game is what should be presented or something to me. It should be presented to me again, because I already did it. I presented this to the teachers, and they give that back to me. They should have that already somewhere. It's not that. I mean, I don't want to talk about it too much, but it's like a problem to me that I don't have the proof, and it just these claims are supposed to be respected. Yeah. So yes. Well, same soundtrack. Well, how about that? Okay. Yes. So um. Yeah. So these claims are all. They're also revolutionary. They're also controversial to some people, and
Enjoy the video, guys. Welcome to Gamescom. We are Shenmue Dojo. It's me, James,
this
and here with
is
Mark. Felix from Minute Games.
watching. Okay, so to get on different subjects somewhat.
It is quite noisy above us, so apologies if the sound quality is not all
I've watched this Shenmue Dojo several times, and any. Okay, how to explain this really?
every year, and now
All right.
showing stuff with them was definitely been exciting. So it's like Wednesday. So to give a bit of context, you were here yesterday, setting up.
Okay.
Yes, yeah. So we were
So
yesterday evening or
this
yesterday afternoon.
this Shenmue
Set up
Dojo
the booths and everything, and yeah. So it's
is,
always Tuesday.
they
Last year
call
was
it,
the
notice the name,
consumer area. This time
Shenmue
Friday, so it's not
Dojo.
quite as long, but
What does dojo mean
yeah.
in Japanese?
It is.
School?
Sleep is definitely gonna happen afterwards. This is not.
Does that mean martial arts school?
Yeah, we're only sort of
When I say
start of the
dojo,
week as well, so well, midweek, I guess. Yeah. So like Wednesdays.
I mean, are they, see, I don't know what they're referring to exactly when they say that, but I guess, if it was my guess, I would say that's just the name for the source of knowledge that is officially approved by Sega and the creators of Shenmue, the people who are, calling all of the strings to, like how to say it. I don't like to say calling the shots. I don't like to say calling the shots. I don't like saying that, really. Pulling the strings is a better word, okay? They're in control. What I'm saying, I'm not trying to make fun or pick at Shenmue Dojo, but they're in control of the knowledge being promoted, marketed for Shenmue. I'm going into part 2 now of Shenmue, my Shenmue video, which is video 1.